Okay, that's fine.
I know I haven't even charged this one properly either because I didn't think I was using this phone, but I don't know what's going on with the other one.
I've got problems as well. I've got like 50% on this phone. I don't know what's going on, but
I feel like it's a bit of a blip. Guys, is there anybody in here?
Is anybody there? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
So is it? Oh, can I see a chat or something? I can't see anything. To be fair. Oh, live chat or comments. Okay.
What I might do is just comment. Let me quickly comment on my other live because I think people are waiting for the other one to come on. Maybe if I oh, this bloody phone. I don't know why it's not
Hi,
working.
Judith.
Hi, can you do a is the sound and everything okay on here from my end? I know it's because I had to. I'm just going to comment in there. I'm just going to comment in the other one now.
Hi, Stacey.
That there's been a blip in. Okay, yeah, because it's just all gone a bit peaked on. Okay, brilliant. I'm glad you can all hear me. Let me have a look. Let me just comment in here.
Sickness. Okay. It looks really small on my screen. I can't see.
Who, me?
No, the comments look really small on this screen.
I know.
Can't really see them.
I don't know if I'm in this one, if I'm in the wrong one.
How are you though? You okay?
Oh, very well, thank you. How are you?
Amazing.
Good.
I've been looking forward to this conversation with you, so yeah.
Good. Everybody good? Yeah, is everyone good in the chat?
I'm scared about what you're going to ask me, but I'm ready.
Right. So, do you want to introduce yourself? And I want to start off by just telling a little bit about, not a little bit about yourself, but like who you are, and what your crime, just your offence if you're a crime. And hey, Glenna, and your YouTube channel. I want you to just let everyone know a little bit about your YouTube channel, and then we'll talk about it again on the end.
Okay, so I'm Lee. My offence is an evasion of prohibition. My channel is Reasonings with Empress Lee. I don't know if there's somewhere I can pin that. I don't know. Lee, could you pin that in the comments? I want to somehow.
Glenna, you are actually a mod, so I don't know if that's actually a thing that you can do. Evening, everybody.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
So how long did you serve in prison?
I spent 3 years. I got a 6-year sentence for an evasion of prohibition, which is also known as a conspiracy charge, some type of conspiracy charge, for those that don't know. I didn't know what it was until I got it, to be fair.
Well, that wasn't meant to happen, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, for conspiracy for what? What would
A conspiracy to import Class A drugs. That was a conspiracy.
So how many prisons did you like venture in that time? Because I done 2 prisons.
I did 5 prisons, I moved 6 times, but I went to Bronzefield twice.
What other prisons did you go to?
So I started in Bronzefield, and then from Bronzefield, I spent 6 months in Bronzefield, and then I went to Downview for 6 months. And then I ended up spending 6 months in Foston Hall, which was in Derby. And then I ended up spending another 6 months in Bronzefield. Well, yeah, just over 7, 8 months in Bronzefield. And then I spent about 11 months in Send. And then I did the last, is that right? Yeah, then I did the last 3 months in East Sutton Park.
Oh, you got around.
It was a lot. That was a lot.
What prison was your favourite prison, do you think, out of all of them?
I wouldn't say I had a favourite prison, but I'd say like when after getting sentenced and having to move from Bronzefield and going to Downview, I was settled in that prison, and then that's the prison that kind of changed my life. Obviously, we'll get there as we talk, but yeah, that prison changed Like that transition from there to Foston, it was a lot. Like I was doing a criminology degree in there. You know, I had good connections with my family. Like I had a lot of visits. You know, like I was okay. But yeah, other than that, if I don't know. Mm. And I I would put send in there a little bit. Just a little bit. I think yeah, I don't know. I think for the place I was in my sentence, it was great because I think there was a transition. So that I feel like I could split if I split my sentence in half. Downview was part of the first part and Send was part of the next. All right.
Oh, I didn't say anything. I did not say anything. I'm just understood. I'm just curious.
No, but I have to put it in there because those two were like I wouldn't say favorites, but those two had the biggest impact.
What would you say? Which prison would you say was the worst in the aspect of corruption, unfairly treated as a prisoner? You know, what prison really neglected the prisoners the most?
There's like twins in in that situation. There's a twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like Brunsford and Foston Hall together. I can't say one. I can't because it's like different parts of the UK. You know what I mean? It is so different.
Yeah.
So when you say that corruption, like for vulnerable women that just come into the prison system, Brunsford is like the worst place ever in hell. Like, and to spend if you spend a sentence in there, it's like yeah, it could literally turn you mad. And then you've got places like Foston Hall, which is it's the worst place to kind of put people. They should be in mental institutions. They shouldn't be in prison. You know.
Mm.
So yeah.
Another question that I want to ask, and then we can talk just a little bit about your prison journey, because I know we're going to keep this. You know, you're going to be doing a lot of work on your channel. So, guys, anyone that's just jumped in or is in here that's not subscribed to Lee, please jump on her channel. She will relay it again at the end of this, and I'll put
Yeah.
I'll put what it is in the comment section afterwards. But she's going to be doing her full story on her channel. That's going to be coming up over the next few months. So we're not going to go too in depth on Lee's story, but there's just a couple of little different factors, you know, that I want to cover, because it's one a little bit about, if you don't mind talking about being away from your daughter. Thank you, Samantha. You know, because we touched base with Nat and sort of how, you know, I want to know, did you Oh, there we go. Thank you. You're a star, Glenna. Thank you. So, guys, it's in the comments
Thank
under
you.
GDB sounds. So there's no excuses to jump over after this and click the
No, I
subscribe button,
appreciate
please,
that.
guys. So, hey, Sophie. So, yeah, so there's a couple of little things, obviously, with, if you don't mind speaking about, like, how, you know, did you feel supported by the prison by being away from your daughter? And also there's another one, like, let's go with that one first. I'll ask the next question afterwards. I get too excited.
That's all right. Did I feel supported? All right. So remember, when with asking that, I'm gonna try and give as short as 5 perspectives as I can because I have to give 5 different perspectives because not every prison dealt with me the same or deals with people the same in general. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like Bronzefield, yeah, Bronzefield would see. This is the thing when it comes to children's visits, like it depends on who the visit staff was in the prisons as well, because I remember in Bronzefield, the officers used to always come over to the table and have issues with, like like they would have a problem with my daughter sitting on my lap and her reading and me reading her book, and like little things like that. Like that was quite annoying. Whereas in Downview, man, Downview was worse actually. Send was
Send
all
was
right.
good, yeah, because I used to have my
Send
godkids
was all
sit on
right.
my
Yeah,
lap
Send
all
was
the
all right for
time.
that. Yeah, Send was all right for that. Foston, I didn't have visits in there, but yeah, Bronzefield, it was all too much. There was all too much focus on, whether people were trying to smuggle things in. They didn't realize, they didn't take into account the element that people have been separated from their children. And it's literally like you get that 2 hours on a visit, that's it. And you spend half of that time with these people carrying a plastic bag asking you about rubbish that's not on your table. Do you know what I mean? It's annoying. So yeah.
Do you think they've done enough? Because I know, like, where was it? Hi Sarah, I'm glad you could join us. Who did the story time?
See, that's it. I was going to say the only place that did anything was East Sutton Park. So East Sutton Park did the story time. So that was like a little pack. It was so cute. It was like a pack, and you had to write, like, if he was on the desert, what were the things that you would take, and if he was a superhero, what would you look like, and had to draw my own superhero and all of that. It was so cute, and I would send it to her, and then she would send it back to me, and that was nice. I think that was good at the time as well, because it was like, just getting home, so I got to know, like, her favorite foods and stuff, and and it's funny because she says it to me now, like she says, like, she knows my favorite colors and stuff, and it started from then, so. Also, I'll give Downview their dues. Like when I was in Downview, my
Sorry,
first
guys.
Christmas, so that's all right. So I got convicted in the February, and then I went to Downview in the August of that year. So the December was Christmas. That was my first Christmas. It was horrible. I didn't know what to do. Like, it was every day was just horrible, and I just didn't know how to feel. And I remember there was someone in there that I knew from the outside, like for a family friend, and she knew one of the education workers, and she was like, we tried to organize a dinner, which was really nice. So I organized a dinner it was quite intimate as well. There's only like 6 prisoners, and we invited their family, yeah, and we had a bouncy castle, and we had a dinner table set. It was pizza and burgers and chips for Christmas dinner. But yeah, it was really nice, and and that sticks with me because my daughter always used to like sit on the phone and be like, "Mommy, like the bouncy castle, bouncy castle," because she remembered the bouncy castle. We got to take pictures as well, and it was nice. My friend came with her newborn, those type of them type of things. So yeah, Downview was good for that with children. They did a lot for they just did a lot in general. It wasn't the jail, it was the governor. The governor that was there at the time was just doing a lot for the women. It was all about the women and what was good for them. And then he left within a couple of weeks of me being there.
It's
Like
always
in
the
that
way,
transition
isn't it?
of
All
leaving.
the good ones go. All the good officers
Yeah,
leave, man. It's shit.
yeah,
It's horrible. But shout out to the governor at Downview then, because them little
yeah.
things
The
make
Governor
such a
Eldridge,
difference.
big up Governor Eldridge, if anyone knows, because he was there for quite a long time apparently. But
And the
like I
fact
said,
that
when I
he's a
got there,
guy as well, the fact that he's a guy as well, and he done that and he cared, like,
yeah,
yeah, that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
yeah,
So
definitely.
I know, like, we don't have too much time this evening. I think we've both messed up here, and it went a bit wrong, guys, on this live. So we're both using our old phones, which are not mine's not charged. That's for sure.
We're gonna-
My car charger leads broke. So I want to try and ram in as much as I can. Racism. So being a black woman yourself, how did you
Mhm,
find it? Because I'll give a brief lowdown. So in Bronzefield for me, there wasn't any
mhm,
because it was near London. It was
mhm,
like such a mixture of
mhm,
all different, like, women, like, nationalities and stuff. I don't think I
mhm,
ever got a glimpse of it. But in Send, I did.
mhm,
Look, being a white person looking in from the outside. Is that what I'm saying?
mhm.
Yeah, I saw it. So how any of the prisons, how did you feel you got treated?
Wow, that's mad. So all right, so you're right. Yeah, so Bronzefield is just Bronzefield. It's London, so it's quite diverse, like you said, and quite the office is quite young, you know. And like I said, it's just that London base, it is quite diverse. But then Downview is crazy because like a lot of the officers that were in Downview, they came from Holloway. So there was a mixture because some of the officers from Holloway are from these little villages that you don't even know about. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
And then you had Foston. No. And then you had Foston. Oh
You can't
Lord.
laugh and not spill. Come on.
So I feel like anyone that's seen my documentary, yeah, I think I say it on the promo. It's like the level of institutional racism that is in the system in itself, but predominantly for me in that prison, it was astonishing. Like the levels and the all. Oh my god, it was just like so brawling as well. Like they used to say things to me like, you got on too much. You're showing too much black skin. And I'd say, what did you say? And they'd act like they didn't say it.
Wow.
Just the behavior, like, and this is the thing. I've been around. I'm grown. I'm nearly 40, right? And I've been around so many different people in my life. So when I went to, like I said, when I went around, by the time I got to Foston, I'd been to two prisons, yeah. So my issues were the injustice and stuff. It wasn't racism. I never felt like it was just people taking liberties and all of that. But then when you get to somewhere like that, and like I said, that's what I said about Downview. Downview is also where the Holloway officers went. So, like I said, half of them were they were racist, innit? So when I got shipped out, ghosted, yeah, not shipped, I got ghosted from Downview to Foston.
You can elaborate on
I've
that in a
got,
minute.
I've got like 10, let me not like I had like 10 books, 13 CDs and 10 books that had been taken out of my property by officers. Um and that's when I realized, wow, because it wasn't just that things were taken, it was what was taken. And then yeah, Send, as you know, because you lived on my wing, like, I used to get in trouble for my music, yeah, because apparently my music is disturbing the whole landing. And then
You
you
did
get
have the
someone,
loudest boombox, though. Come on, let's
yeah,
be
but
fair.
I played music for everyone. I never got complaints. And it wasn't ever a bully thing. It was like I never got complaints. I used to get told to play louder. And for the people that had severe mental health on our wing, they were the ones that used to come and come in my room and ask me to play music. You understand? So yeah, that place. Anyway. And then yeah, you saw it. And then during COVID, it just got worse. Like it got worse, and it was just so barefaced by then, and it was just like, wow.
I don't think it got worse. I think it just came more to light
Yeah, I
because
think you're right.
everyone's true characters come to light. See how, like me, if I'm in a mood, everyone knows
Yeah,
I'm in a mood. Yeah. If I'm happy, everyone's getting harassed and annoyed by me. So I never hid my different characters or my different traits. But we were
yeah.
so shocked. It was like, really, that person's moving like that? Because then we suddenly were under each other's feet 24/7. So
Where is
I think,
where is Send? Is it Sutton or Surrey?
sorry.
Because all right, I'll explain to you like this. Because I've been to a lot of places in the UK, but to actually interact with people in a sense, like from those places, I haven't. So you see, when I got to Send and they
Yeah.
put me on the induction wing, I met Steve. I met Elvis in it. We had a
Yes.
guy. We had our own Elvis, guys. No, he was
He's
so
the
lit.
best.
This
Big up,
guy,
Steve.
big up Steve. Like honestly, him and the other guy. There was two of them, but anyway, they was they to me reminded me of the good Downview officers. Yeah. So remember, as you know, like the induction wing is separate from every other part of the prison. So they're the only officers that you only see the induction wing officers, isn't it? I never saw the other officers, and you get your food on the induction wing. You don't go to the dining hall and all of that. It's all on the induction wing, right? I believe. No,
No,
you
it's
don't. But
for
anyway,
the first. No, you do go down to the dining hall, but it goes separate, doesn't it? It goes like wing by wing
yeah,
by wing. So D wing go after like ABC, and it like reverses. But I think the first couple of days you can have it brought up because you're new.
yeah. So because by the time I got to Send, the point of my sentence I was in, I was like, I just want to go home. Like, and I went to the main block. I had some friends up there, or one friend that I had up there that I'd known from before. So I went up there and it was like a madhouse. And I was like, "Do you know what? I am not moving here. I am going to ENF, which is where you was living, and which is a resettlement wing, where it was like a progression wing." So I was like, "Yep, I'm ready for this. I'm going to stay on the induction wing until there's a space." So that was my experience. So I didn't, like I said, I didn't really get to see the officers on there. And when I did, they was very young and just not doing officer stuff in it. It was just, yeah, officers in Send are weird. So anyway, gone to ENF. And all the girls are like, "Oh, why don't you come to main block?" I'm like, "No, I'm going in for them." "Why are you going to ENF?" And they're like, "They're racist down there." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "I don't care about all of that." I was like, "I don't care." Yeah, I don't care. So I went down there and I met Miss P. I'll call her Miss P. I won't, yeah, I will be respectful, innit? I'll call her Miss P, innit? I met Miss P and I don't know what her problem was. It's like everything I did was a problem. And then I met Kaz. Do you remember when I sat outside in my room with Kaz and she stood at my door for 2 hours? Do you remember that? That
Yeah.
was the day that George Floyd's funeral. When I tried to explain to people about that conversation I had with this woman that has never interacted with a black person in her whole entire life and was judging me because of the way I behave, which was not like the girls on main block, and it wasn't like the irritating Miss T down the other end, you know, because everyone, you understand what I mean? Everyone else had like they had a view. Her and Miss P, they had a view based on how black girls were behaving in the jail. Do you get what I'm saying? So I was feeling that. They was putting that on me every single day, like in the way they looked at me. And I was, what's going on here? Like, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. So the racism in that show was deep. And then there was another element of it where I had Nigel. He was my like with my boss in it for the cleaning. Remember Nigel, little Nigel, not the one
Yeah.
from the wing, the other one, yeah. And I remember he kept saying to T to Tash, he kept saying to her, "Get your coloured friends." He's
Oh.
like, "Get your coloured
Yeah.
friend to come and help." But this is the thing, he wasn't racist. Like, because where was I working every day through COVID? Who was coming to get me every
Yeah.
day in COVID? Nigel, every day. Hello? And if I didn't want to go, I didn't have to go. He was like, giving you the option. You don't have to stay in your room, basically. Like, you understand, because of him, because we had conversations around this racism. Because I said to him, "I'm not coloured." I said, "Where did you get that from? This is not this is not back in the day." And I'm like, if anyone's coloured, you are. And I remember saying to him, "If I promise you right now, you're gonna turn orange, pink, brown, and blue." And he started laughing, and we had a beautiful relationship from then until I got home. Like I said, he used to come and get me from work every day in COVID. No one were allowed out. And he would go and get Tash and he would come and get me and we'd go and sit in his office and do fuck all day until until it's time to go back.
Yeah, because I think
So
there wasn't many black officers that worked there. If you think about it, you do the head
it was
count,
it was that
hardly
girl
any.
and what Ali. Ali
Sasha,
was the only officer that
Sasha,
actually
Ali.
when I came to the jail, there was an officer, a black guy, he had locks, but he was
Yeah,
just leaving. Apparently he was an
yeah,
FO and everyone
yeah.
loved
He
him. They
was
was like, he was
sound.
really good.
I can't remember his name,
Okay.
but he was sound. Guys, just so you know, we're
I think
not
it's
like
Andrew
ignoring
or
the
something.
comments. We'll ask us some questions and stuff at the
I
end of
can't
it.
even see them.
That's all right. Yeah. I can't think of his bloody name, but yeah, he was sound. There was him, Sasha, and who did you just say? I see
I
her.
think his name was Andrew.
No, no, it weren't. What was that girl's name you
Oh,
just said?
Ali. You saw
Ali.
Ali.
I bumped into her in Fleet just around Christmas time. She jumped out of the car. She's like, "Can I give you a
Amazing.
hug?" She was like, "I'm not a prison
Oh,
officer."
bless
She's
her.
not a prison officer no more. She's left. She's like, "I can't work with them.
I don't
They're all
blame her.
bitchy, blah blah blah." But yeah, so from my experience, because I don't want it to cut out. I don't want this to like. Obviously, we've still got a bit of time, but you know, so as a white person from the outside, I would see Miss P. Now I've got respect for Miss P because she did support me through mum and everything like that. But but I don't have respect in the other side because obviously I see how she was. She would always be creeping to catch someone with a certain kind of skin to get them with their sliders, all that kind of thing. Like, I could walk down the landing in my
And
sliders.
I know you used to see it, and yeah, we've it's so deep because as much as we talk all the time, we've never actually spoke about that. Like her behavior specifically, because it was that deep. It was literally, It was like she got someone a call in, like someone's gone downstairs to the laundry and sliders, or if it was me, like Lee's just gone downstairs and a sliders, and somehow she'll just come on, walk on, and there's
She
and I'm
tiptoed.
just like, I got an IEP for kissing my teeth, like for
Yeah.
I got a negative comment on my thing for doing that, guys. Like that's all I did, and it wasn't to at anyone. It was because I tripped up the stairs and I was pissed off already because when she was summoning me to go inside, because I remember I was talking to Shan the day sitting outside because this was in COVID now, right? So we've got E wing, F wing, and then they're like E wing can go out and F wing, and then F wing can go out. We couldn't go out together anymore. But my friend lives on F wing. Here's the institutional racism. Yeah, out of everyone on the whole entire place where he was living, Shan was the only person that I connected with. Yes or no? Other than you and Annalise, the only other person I had that I didn't deal with T like that. We weren't friends like that. Me and A weren't really friends like that. It was more me and Shan. Do you understand? And I told them that. They knew that. They made sure separate us. It was like, no, she can't move to F wing. No, you can't move to E wing. Yeah? You was living downstairs. No? Other people was living, i.e., H, she was living somewhere else. She ended up living on the wing. You ended up kicking off the day, fucking this, fucking that. Next thing you know, you're upstairs. I'm like, because remember, people are going home and there's a spare room. So I'm like, well, look, there's a room. Can she not move into the room? No, she can't move in. They're like, someone's coming over from main block. No one's coming over. Do you know that the governor came? Richard, what's his name? Mr. Rich,
Richie
what's his name?
Williams. Richie Williams.
Richie Williams, yeah, him. He came and pulled me out of the queue. Yeah. He did it twice. The first time was when I applied for my 7 days, and he was like, I'm gonna give you your 7 days back. So I was like, okay, but he said, I'm pulling you because I'm gonna tell you why. Yeah, so this is him accounting for he was basically giving account for previous behavior that he'd done to other people. And then he said, what did you get the MDT for? I said, what does it matter? What does it matter? And he was like, no, I'm going to give them back to you. And what he did is he gave me back 7 days. And then it worked out that I only had to do I think it was like 4 days because, that the weekend. You know what I mean? So I was supposed to come on the 23rd and I got home on the 25th. And then the second time he pulled me, he was like, we need you to come and sit in the meeting. Now, how they knew this, and that's what I'm saying, they saw, like I can't replay every day, but like little things are like going to the dining hall, Fran, like them little things they used to make issues out of. Like just little things like, oh, you can't have that, or they didn't see they thought I've picked up something that I'm allowed and I'm taking it and they think I've already got it, but I haven't got it. Like, but then the person behind me or in front of me is just taking like 3 or 4. But you seem to have a problem with me, them little things like every day. So the second time he came and he was like, I want you to come up to a meeting. So we gone to this meeting and do you know, they asked me, they said, why is it that there's no, like basically no ethnic minorities on, why is the ratio so small on ENF? I said, because your officers are racist. Like that's it. And that was a whole conversation. And I think that was during the conversation about the incentives, like the IEP system, when they were trying to change all of that. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Because even that's a load of bollocks, but that's a whole other conversation.
I know.
You're giving people incentives that don't have support. So if you don't have money coming in, then being enhanced doesn't even make sense. It's a load of nonsense, really.
No, I know. I know.
But yeah, we're gonna go into that a lot deeper. I'm trying not to give too much because there is like so much segments to come, and that we're gonna go into, and obviously,
the thing is,
Franny's gonna be a part of that as well.
Yeah, we could get stuck on that like sort of topic as well. But what a little bit like, so just a tiny bit about your prison sentence, like, how did you find it? What was your highs? What was your lows? Why did you get ghosted? Obviously, again, I know this is all going to be coming on the channel, so you need to jump over.
Why did I get ghosted?
Okay, explain first of all, what does ghosted mean?
Oh, is that me or you just went a bit funny there? You okay? You that?
Yeah, can you hear me? Is it lagging?
You, I was, but I think it's.
Yeah, I think you're a little bit like
You're blinking, so you must be there.
Yeah, it just was going a bit
Me?
funny. Guys, is everything all right? Can you hear us all right in here? I don't know. I think we might have lost everyone, you know.
I don't know. All right.
Explain this
So,
thing.
sorry, what did you ask me again?
So what?
Oh,
so
yeah.
what
Okay,
does
just briefly,
ghosting
my
mean
prison journey.
and
So,
what happened?
okay, the ghosting. So, ghosting is when you get a security strip out. So, and what that means in basic terms is if there's 3 people that put intelligence, yeah, against you. So 3 people go to officers or put a report in to say, or even officers can put reports in to say that you could be doing something or you might have something illegal. They then act on that, right? And then it then becomes an investigation. Now, if it happens and happens and happens and happens, which it does happen, and people find all sorts of reasons to talk about people. I'm being honest, like people will go to the office and tell them things just so they can get rottles. Do you understand? Even if it's not true. So at no time at all did I ever get caught with anything. So I don't know what the ship out was for. It basically they thought I was doing a lot of things. I was smoking spice. That's what I was doing because I'd gone through a lot of trauma in the beginning of my sentence, losing like my nephew in the like first 6 months of being in prison. So I went for a lot, and I needed support, didn't get it, blah, 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 ended up turning to spice, yeah.
Can I just
And
ask
that
you
was my
one
story. Do you
question?
get what I mean? And I tried to seek support in that, and wasn't getting it. So that was my story in Sent. It was all about spice for me
Can I just
in
ask you one
Downview. Anybody
question?
that knows me would have associated me with being in a very low place, because of that, and they shipped me out. Like they used to spin my room. Huh? Yeah.
Is that the first time you ever done spice?
Oh, you've gone. Where you gone?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is that the first time you'd ever done spice in prison?
Can you hear me, Fran?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me? No, man.
Can you guys hear me?
Longting.
I can't hear you. You're lagging a little bit, bro.
Yeah, it's like you're not.
Yeah. All I can hear is that the first. Is that the first time? Yes, that was my first ever time. Yeah. Yeah. First time in prison. First offence.
No, I mean
First
first time that
everything.
you'd ever smoked
First
spice.
interaction with the system.
No, the first time you'd ever smoked spice.
No, 'cause
It's not good for us.
first time smoking spice.
Yeah.
Spice.
Yeah.
Was it the first time? Look at you. Yeah. Was
Yeah.
it the first time? You said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the first
I
time of you
never.
taking spice in prison?
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Of
that's a
course. Yes.
madness,
Absolutely.
see? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How
I'd never
mad is
taken that
that?
before in my life.
It's
Because you know what,
bad.
I was in such a low place. All right, this is what happened, right? So when obviously I've got a child, innit? When I got remanded, again, I got remanded in the February. I didn't get sentenced until the April. So in between that time, that waiting period is a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, right? So I met a girl, and she used to have these little bits of paper, yeah. And this is a problem with me. Too fast, right? Addictive personalities and that. So like she had a little piece of paper about this small. You see, you can't even see it. That's that little, right? And people were like coming and taking it. And she was taking it and putting it in this vape and smoking it. So I'm like, what is that? She's like, oh, it's spice. I'm like, no, because I'm like, you're smoking paper. She was like, nah, it's spice. I'm like, what the hell is that? So I was like, I'm gonna try it. So I tried it, and she was like, no, you can't have that. I don't want you to get addicted. Da, 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 da. So I give her that because because to be fair, she was an addict. She was addicted to it. It fucked her up after about a year. Yeah, she was fucked.
Why
It
did
was
it take that
terrible,
long?
man.
Yeah, I watched it fuck some girls up in prison and never took drugs before. Ever. And
Yeah,
it fucked
but
them up.
I'll be real, like I used to smoke weed before I went to prison, so when I had it, it was like a 5 minute weed high. So against the pressures and the stresses of what was going on, it worked for that like 1-2 days that I did, because I wasn't buying it. It was nothing like that. It was like she would just give me a little piece, like, here, before locking, like, there you go, have a little piece of that. You understand? For locking, it was that type of thing. And then my nephew died, and I think, and then no, it's not even that he died. He died in July, the end of July, and then my birthday was like 2 weeks later, and then I ended up getting shipped out 2 days after my birthday. And then I went to Downview. So this is what I'm saying. I was in Downview from the August of 2018, and then I ended up getting shipped to Foston Hall on the 1st of January. So the jail was great. It was a good place to be productive. But what they did to me, and I was just smoking spice. I was on a landing, and I remember going to admin, going to the business hub, and writing that email or letter, and printing it off and giving it to my OMU or my SO, whoever it was, saying, I need to move on to this landing. Like, I can't live here. You got these young people, and everybody was smoking spice in Downview. Everyone was smoking spice in Downview. All these people that acted like they were all smoking it. Okay, whether it was in their vape, whether it was just behind their door, whether people knew, everyone was smoking that. It was crazy,
It's
man.
like Bronzefield.
But
It was
because there
riddled
was a,
with spice. Riddled.
but I think like I don't know. I just felt like it was the only way I could just get this set out my system. But then it's like then I went through like 3 days of not having it, and oh my God, no, I've never experienced anything like that in my life in the bathroom. And and in there, the toilet is in my room, right next to my bed. What came out of me, I could not even describe. And from that day, I was like, hell no. I felt like I was detoxing off of heroin. And I've watched things and and I've even spoke to girls in there, and they was like, that you was detoxing off of heroin. Whatever's in that, the withdrawals are like it's disgusting. So that was it for me. I was like, never again. And that's when I had to learn to deal with my emotions and deal with me in it, because I realized there's nothing outside of myself that is going to fix these problems that I'm having, whether it be grief, whether it be whatever, like none of it. And I think that's what I learned from jail, man. That's what I saw a lot of people doing, trying to look for something like banana skin. Like, come on, is your life that bad?
Tea
You need
bags.
to go and find a piece of.
Smoking tea
Just work
bags.
on yourself, and
Banana skins. I know. Smoking tea
tea
bags and
bags.
stuff.
But I was smoking chamomile tea. I was ripping up this thing with chamomile tea. Yeah, I was smoking it, but it was help sleep. This is the thing, like, it was crazy, man. And then I got unlocked at like 12 o'clock at night because I was smoking chamomile tea in my room. Because when you forget that these things are illegal, you're not allowed to be doing it. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to be doing that.
They were supposed to have a lighter.
But what do you do when you've got so much stuff going on in your real life and you don't have support, and all you have is the women in there to support you, and they're already going through their own stuff? So it's like blind leading the blind, isn't it? In some ways. But then when
Oh,
you do find
100%.
good ones, like I said, going back to the racism, when they saw that I had someone that was keeping me up and I was keeping them up, they made sure keep us apart. That's fucked up. That's some color purple, like, yeah, that's some fucked up shit, bro. Don't do that. I felt like she was my sister. Like, we had a very, very close relationship. We're very close even now. That's how I know that it was real, because we supported each other in a way that I don't think anyone throughout my whole sentence that did it like that. I can't explain it. And it was more about me grounding myself and, like, preparing to be a mother, like, because she was a mom and her son was a lot older than my daughter, like she had a lot more experience, even though she was a bit younger than me, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, that back to the racism, because to be fair, it always goes back to racism, if I'm being honest. And I just feel like we have to get to a place in life where we can talk about these things. That's why I love you so much, because we've always been like this. It's not just today. Like, and we can talk about everything, good, bad. We agree, we disagree. Like, it's beautiful because it's just life, isn't it? And my experiences are my experiences. And what we've learned is that we was in the same place for a long period of time, living on the same landing, and we had two different experiences. And the fact is, you saw mine and I saw yours clear as day. But the saddest thing is that there's nothing that we could have really actually done about it.
You
You
I
understand?
100% know I got treated different to other people. Like I
Even your
know
own
I
peers,
did.
even your own people, you got treated different to be
Huh?
fair,
Yeah,
because
that's what
it
I'm
was a
saying.
class
Even
thing. It
yeah,
becomes
even
race and then it turns into class. And then
even if
likes, and the class is not money. It's like, how is this person maintaining themselves in the prison? That's how I saw it with you. It's like, we
yeah,
have to respect her because she maintains herself. Like, she gets maintained. But yeah, it's crazy anyway.
no,
It's a
but
whole
yeah,
conversation.
even against like Anna, Ron, and Nat and everyone else, I
Yeah,
still got what I wanted without like
definitely. You
not
like, even
staying.
with you and Nat, I remember situations with you and Nat where, because remember, I'm looking from the outside and I'm like, right, okay, so what, she just gets that, but Nat's got a different situation. And you're just, yeah, that was a lot to watch. How they dealt with Nat as well. They dealt with Nat different on that wing as well.
Mm.
Until she kicked off and, and then that was the end of that. But then I don't know, I just felt like I was never able to just be myself in the behind those walls. Like, any bit of noise I made, it was like you got 10 officers because they think that we're having a fight in the room, or that's what happened
Oh
to me
no.
in Foston Hall. Like, that used to happen in Foston Hall a lot. Me and Dee used to be in there busting up, laughing, be a joke. And next thing you know, the door, and they don't even do it like with any kind of dignity. These things create a lot of trauma. Like, boom, just burst open the door. Like, what's happening here? I'm like, what the?
Your door shouldn't be shut.
It's
Oh, it's
like, come on,
freezing.
and you're crazy. And then, do you know what the head fuck is about that? What you just said, yeah. Now I think about it, is that they tell you that you can't be in a room with someone else with the door closed. However, they'll move you from a room of you by yourself and then move you into a double and then tell you that it's just you and that person. You and that person have to live in it. And then they'll move you out of that double back into a single. The person that you was in a double with will come in your room to see you and they'll tell you that they're not allowed in the room with the door closed.
Oh, Lee. No, someone else
It's a
called Lee
lot.
is in here. We talk loud.
Oh, I'm allowed. Sorry. Well, it's passion.
No. Someone called Lee Anna Divine. Is it Divine?
Oh,
Am I saying it right? She said we talk loud.
yeah.
Laughing face with. You can see it. Can you not see the
I'm allowed,
comments?
get passionate with this one because this is my life, isn't it? Like, when you say things, it just triggers other stuff. Not triggering that way, but it brings up other stuff because you can't explain like a whole journey. Even your journey, that 4.5, you can't. It's going to take a lot of time to unravel that because so much stuff happens on a day to day. I don't know where that paper is, but when I break down the 2,400 and however many days, you know, you're a person that you've got a diary, that documents a certain period of that day to day. You understand?
Mm.
So I feel like these conversations are really good. I hope you find these conversations interesting and informative because I don't think we're going to stop having them. I don't think there's, one series, two. We just talk, and take the questions because the more you listen, the more you'll be aware, the more questions you'll start to ask. You get what I mean? Because there's so
Yeah.
much information.
I don't
So
think
much.
I've never really, like if I'm chatting to you, I give little glips of my story, but I've never really gone in depth on my story. And the only person that's got like my whole life story shortened into an hour and a half is Sean Atwood. Oh, actually, the True
I'm
Crime
gonna put
Whisperer,
you on
I
my
did
page.
something with her as well, but yeah, I need to
I'm
message
gonna
him.
put you
That's on me
through.
now. But so literally, okay, guys, right, so I'm literally on my battery's going to go red in a minute, so I reckon I've probably got another 10 minutes. Should we go for Q&A? Do you want to go for question time? Do you want to
Yeah,
answer some
that's
questions?
fine.
Yeah. I think, guys, what we'll do
Yeah.
is if you want to fire any questions to Lee, and I'll leave it for you. And this is where everyone
Anna.
goes quiet. Everyone chats the whole time you're talking, and it's like I don't want to be rude and ignore them, but obviously I'm trying to chat to you. And then when you say, "Oh, has anyone got any questions?" everyone just goes quiet.
How I'm gonna
They
structure my
want us to
lives. What
go
I'm gonna do
then.
is I'm gonna tell everyone to get a pen and paper, right? And let's go old school. And when people are conversating, especially like when you're doing your lives, if people just write their questions down, because what happens is that you can't wait, listen, and then wait after. So I get it. There's things that people want to ask along the way, but we need to get into the habit of like maybe doing, especially like these type of lives, and encouraging people to write their
Right, hang
questions
on.
down so they're there. Or are you going to scroll back?
No, it's all right. So my thing's just gone red, so we're gonna have to cut it short. Right, Stacey, I miss big up Fran and Lee for the documentary about
I'll go
Joanna
live.
was brilliant.
I'm going to go
Love you
live.
both. Oh, thank you. Tell us a bit about how you are supporting women. Okay, I tell you what, that's a really good question, Lee. So let's talk a little bit about where you're going now, where you know, what's your plan? Like everybody, again, jump over to Lee's YouTube. Please give her a follow. GB Sounds has put a link up. If you look up, she's put it in a few times. So please go and give her a sub. Is it Friday or next week? We're going to go live on your account. So if you
I'm
want to
going
join
live
us
this
again,
Friday, guys. I don't know where Fran's going to be, but I'm going live this
well,
Friday
I'm here
on YouTube. I'll be starting my series. So we'll be starting from the first prison, which is Bronzefield, and working our way down to the end. So it will be one prison or, you know, a week or something like that. We'll see how it goes. But I will be back on Friday. Okay. How have I been supporting women? Is that what the question was?
So tell us a bit about how you are supporting women coming out of prison. So my battery's gone red, so let's try and get through these as quick as we can. I'll read off the questions afterwards.
Yeah, it's fine. I can go live, you know.
Yeah, so basically, we're both trying to support women that are facing prison, that have come out of prison, that need support before, after. It's just about supporting women or even families that have got people in prison. How did you guys get on without kids? So I don't have kids. I've got godchildren. Obviously, Lee kind of mentioned already earlier, like it's a massive struggle. You know, it's tough. I mean, I miss my godkids, so I can't imagine having kids. What positives did you take from your sentence, Lee? I think she's gone again. Well, Kath, I'm glad you watched me on Sean. I hope you liked it. I think I'm losing Lee, man. What do you think will happen
What
to
positives?
the transgender lady?
Everything was a positive. Every part of everything was a positive. Can you hear me talking?
Yeah.
Can you hear me talking?
Yeah. But you're just lagging.
Hello?
Yeah. Just
Anyone?
talk. Just talk.
Oh, I said everything was yeah, it's lagging. It's a lagging a lot. I can't talk if you're talking over me because it's lagging. It's not working. Maybe because your battery's low. I'm gonna go live, guys. Thank you so much, Fran.
No, you're welcome,
Can you
guys.
hear?
Yeah,
Because I
jump
don't
over
think she can
to
hear
Lee's
me.
channel, man.
I don't
Some
think she
people
can
have
hear me,
already said
man.
they've subscribed.
Yeah, I appreciate the follow. Yeah, I'm gonna go live. I don't mind. I will do a little live and test it out for a bit because I've not gone live on my own YouTube. That's what the plan is for Friday. But yeah, I don't want to cut this off just like that because I know that obviously I've spoken. So again, Fran's battery's dead. Sorry, we did plan it, but things happen in it. So I'm gonna go
Yeah,
live.
you
Yeah,
jump
Fran.
off, Lee, and go onto your
So
live
if
quick,
anything,
and I'll talk.
yeah, and if anything,
Love
just come
you.
on your other phone and maybe just join. I love you too. I'll speak to you
Yeah,
soon.
I'll just quickly
Thank you,
step off
guys.
for
I'll
a
see you in a
second.
minute. If you guys can join over now, if you want, I'm gonna go live right now.
So, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm sorry it was a bit shit. That didn't quite plan out the way it was supposed to. Lee wanted to be on her laptop and I wanted to be on my other phone. So yeah, guys, jump over to Lee's channel now. I'm gonna probably just jump on in the chat. I'm not gonna jump on because I think it would be good to give her a bit of confidence because she's on this TikTok crap, and I just think YouTube's a better class, and I want to get her. I want to get her on here, and I want you know, and you guys are all amazing and you're brilliant. Like you're so supportive. So jump on and just show her that bit of love, and it'll entice her to come over to YouTube. Do I wear makeup? No, I do not. Do I look like I wear makeup? Love hearing your stories. You lady survivors, beautiful to see. No, yeah, we have got a friendship for life. We really have, Samantha. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you so much for being a mod. I appreciate it as always. It just makes my life a lot easier that I don't have to bloody block these dickheads. But yeah, I ended up being in my car because yeah, I ended up not getting back home in time. So I've had to do it in the car. So I wonder if it's because I'm not connected to the internet and it's not really worked well. I don't know if it was Lee's end though, because God knows anyway. But listen, I'm not going to hog you all up. So if you guys want to jump over to Lee's, then I'll be grateful. I've got 2 back-to-back lives tomorrow night. So guys, two really good ones. So you've already seen one posted. My wicked friend Glenna is gonna, she doesn't know it yet, she's gonna make me another little post for straight after. I think it'll be about 9 o'clock. So we got one at 7:30 with such an amazing guest. I'm so excited to have her on. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. The link's already up for tomorrow night, and then there's going to be another one with the True Crime Whisperer about 9 o'clock. And someone asked actually about the ones that killed the transgender, so that's going to be the topic for tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. But hi Tucker, but you've just missed it now, so I'm going to go. Thank you as always, you guys. You're brilliant. Now go show Lee the love. Good night.